You must excuse my whimsical way of fetching you here. But when I saw you passing by, I simply could not resist.
The Squire of Gothos. It's my first Star Trek. It's the first Star Trek episode I ever saw. And I remember that I was about 4 years old. I wasn't in grammar school, was not in kindergarten yet. And I guess maybe I was in preschool, but I know that I wasn't in grammar school yet. So I was around 4 years old, watching it on a black and white TV, grayscale. I don't, do you guys even remember it? I barely do. Black and white television. And of course, Star Trek is noted. It's just known for its incredible primary colors and such a palette. So I was deprived of that. But at the time, as this little tyke, this little 4-year-old, no idea what this was. Just channel surfing, I guess. The old no clicker, just switching channels with the dial, and there it was. And I remember the scene. It was the scene with Trelane dancing with Yeoman Ross. And, he gives her a better dress. He, changes her dress. And Uhura is playing the harpsichord. And she's like, I can't play. I don't know how to play this. And he's like, of course you do. And of course she does. Now, over the years, of course, I remember obviously when Next Gen came along, then we had Q. And everyone was like, well, Q and Trelane are so similar. There's definitely a parallel. And then Peter David, great Star Trek novelist, he wrote a book, I believe Q Squared it's called, and that delves into the connection. And I believe Q and Trelane, I think Trelane is his nephew, or Q is his godfather or something. But definitely he's the older one, which makes it fun because Trelane is the quote unquote child or the Squire of Gothos. Now, if you guys haven't seen the episode, I mean, it's, I was looking at a bunch of big Star Trek sites and science fiction magazines, and they rank it in like the top 10, a must-see episode. So I was really lucky to see, the episode, my introduction to Star Trek was one of the greatest ones. The actor, William Campbell, who plays Trelane, is just amazing. He's one of the great reasons it's so good. Later, of course, he would appear in the Trouble with Tribbles. Trial and Tribulations was DS9, but Trouble with Tribbles, he would appear as a Klingon later. And but it's one of those episodes that is really, supported and boosted by an actor's performance. It would have been a fun and cool one without William Campbell, but his performance nails it. Just incredible. Gotta see it if you have not. I can't recommend it more. And then knowing, of course, the connection later on to Q, even though it's in sort of novel, maybe, and I think there's a video game that connects them as well. But it's great to see that progression of sort of that race or the character interconnecting. Hope you guys are enjoying. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.